Hey everyone, this is Tech Dad Education, and today we are going over the GED HISET calculator and how to calculate fractions on this. So let's get into it. Okay, so in this lesson we're going to cover a few concepts, and the first concept we're going to talk about is reducing fractions. And so reducing fractions can be a little bit difficult. So let's say you have a fraction like 2 over 4. If you wanted to do this on pen and paper, you would have to think about, well, what number can I divide 2 and 4 by evenly? Well, you can divide them by 2. 2 will go into 2 evenly. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 2 will go into 4 evenly. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that requires some brain work. Well, the calculator will do this for you. So over here we have our calculator. And if we want to reduce a fraction, we hit this key right here, this N over D key. So we're going to hit that, and that pops up a fraction for us, and we can type a fraction in. So I'll put it in, 2, and use your arrow keys to arrow down, 4. And then when you're done putting in your numbers, always arrow out of it by arrowing to the right. And then you can just hit enter, and it reduces it for you. Let's try another one. Let's try 5 over 30. So I'll clear this out, hit my N over D, 5, arrow down, 30, arrow out, enter. Reduces it for us, 1 over 6. Okay, so the calculator makes reducing fractions really easy. Take advantage of that when you're taking your test. I've got a worksheet down in the description below that will have you practice reducing fractions. So you'll get some practice with that in your calculator. Okay, let's move on here. Let's talk about adding fractions. Now, when it comes to fractions, there are lots and lots of rules if you're trying to do this stuff on paper. But again, the calculator skips all that and just does the thinking for you. And since you're allowed to use the calculator on the whole test, I advise using it. So let's say we had an addition problem like 1/8 plus 3/4. Okay, let's learn some terms here. So 1 over 8. The 1 is called the numerator. And you might see that on the test, okay? And the bottom number is called the denominator. So always know that top number is called numerator, bottom number is called denominator. And to add these, the denominator has to be the same if you do it on paper. But on the calculator, you don't have to worry about that. So it makes it so much nicer. So let's plug that problem into our calculator. So I'll hit the N over D. And we'll do 1 over 8. And then we'll arrow out of it and hit plus. And then N over D again. 3 over 4. Enter. Solves it for you. 7/8. That is so much easier than trying to show you how to do that on paper. So always use your calculator when you're adding fractions. Now, I will advise the same thing. If you're subtracting fractions, do the same thing. Let's say you have 9 over 10 minus 3 over 4. Let's try that one. So we'll clear this out. We'll hit the N over D. 9 over 10 minus 3 over 4. And we have our answer, 3/20, or 3 over 20. So again, calculator makes it easy. It's the same for multiplying and dividing. Use the calculator. All you have to do is use the symbols on it, and you're good to go. Now, let's talk about another concept. Mixed numbers. Okay, so mixed numbers are when you have a whole number and a fraction, like 3.5. And let's say you're trying to add these. 3.5 plus 2 and 1/4. Okay, let's try that. To do a mixed number, you have to hit second first and then N over D. So if you hit second N over D, Now you have a place to do a mixed number. You can put the whole number here, 3, arrow in, 1 half, plus, and then again, second, n over d, 2, 1 over 4. Enter. Now, it will give you the answer this way, equals 23 over 4. When you have a fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator, that's called an improper fraction. Okay? So, there are a couple ways to make this proper. First, you could hit what I call this toggle button. It's these 2 arrows. When you hit that, you get a decimal answer. So, know on the test that 23 over 4 is a correct answer. 5.75 is a correct answer. But if you want to get it back as a mixed number, you can hit these buttons to do it. You hit second, and then this times 10, this x10 button right here, it will convert it to a mixed number. So if you hit second and then this button, you kind of get some weird symbols here and just hit enter. And there it is. There's the mixed number answer, which is 5 3/4. So just remember, on the test, they might give it to you like this as an answer, or like this, or like this. Okay, so any of those could be correct. In fact, any of those are correct. Just make sure you remember the keystrokes. Let's try another one. Let's say we had 1 1/8 times 3 5 over 6. Let's put that in the calculator. So we hit second, n over d, 1 over 8 times second, n over d, 3 5 over 6. Let's hit enter. We get our answer as an improper fraction, so it's 69 over 16. Let's see what that equals if we convert it. So let's hit second, and then this x10 button. Get the weird symbols. Enter 4 5 over 16. That's how you do it. If you want to see it as a decimal, you can click the toggle button. 4.3125. So any of those are correct. Okay, this is a correct answer, this is a correct answer, this is a correct answer. They all three work. You just have to look at the test and see which one they are giving you. Okay, so I've got some problems on a worksheet in the description below. Do some practice on those. Use this calculator and see how it goes for you. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click on that worksheet below in the description. Give those problems a try, and we'll see you next time.